Hey everyone, how's it going? Alright, just letting everyone know on Discord. We'll be starting this up in probably about a minute or two. Anyway, hope you guys are having a good night, a good evening, or whatever time of day it may be for you. You're stopping right in the middle of a Danganronpa V3 episode to watch this. That is some dedication, AJ. How are things going with you? Yeah, we're probably going to be doing some planetary mining in this episode. Alright, I believe everything is looking good. On this end, anyway. Busy with college, huh? How have your classes been, by the way? YouTube, go fuck yourself. Don't put me on the lowest settings. Why did YouTube put you on the lowest settings? That's so rude of them. Well, hey, at least you got notifications. Everything that I'm hearing these days is about how YouTube doesn't really notify people when you're streaming or, like, if you're even uploading videos anymore. Like, it's basically kind of dependent on luck or whatever as to whether they actually notify you. Let me see if we get the game music in. So as long as I hold my windows sized properly, I should be able to just go into game and stay there. And there we go. Hello to you too, genre. Alright, let's see how this is. Well, the game music's a little bit low now just because there's no music playing. Just the ambient space music. I did want to change, I think, a little bit of this. So let's see. I'm gonna do that. Because I always like having the dialogue up center, so I could hear it over everything else. Did it save? Yeah, okay, I guess it saved. And what I'll do is I'll increase it on this end a little bit. So whenever they talk, it should be nice and loud and clear. You fell asleep as soon as you got home, and you woke up and you had to go to school or college. Wow. And what time is it for you? It must be pretty late. $10:30. Okay, it's not too late then. But yeah, when you kind of sleep like that, sometimes it's hard to go back to sleep. I've had that happen to me before too. Oh, AG Wright says, from how I understand it, YouTube won't notify people you've already lost. Yeah, and it's kind of up to them to decide, like, who you've supposedly lost as a subscriber. Because, like, what they do is they say, like, oh, if you haven't watched a video in such and such amount of time, then you don't get notifications anymore, or something like that. That's the problem with YouTube, is that they never tell you up front and center, like, how they do things. So it doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm curious because there's no music playing. I want to see just how the volume sounds. I'll have to talk to someone, I guess. Then again, if I talk to someone, it's going to advance dialogue or whatever with a certain character. Oh wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Demon Chan. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, unfortunately, cats in traffic, they... it can be really bad if they get out and... Or if it's like an outside cat, then yeah, a lot of times that does happen too. That's sad. That's one of the sad things about cats is that they're so independent. Sometimes they'll just be outside minding their own business, and of course they're animals, so they're not fully aware of like the dangers of the road all the time. But yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, rest in peace, Demon Shan's cat. I don't know the name, but I will, I have them in my thoughts and prayers. What are you talking about, Mike? Looking at Get Good memes while watching this? Why are you looking at Dark Souls memes randomly? His name was Richie. Well, rest in peace, Richie. Wait. Yeah, we're saluting the memory. Good job, military peeps on the, what's the ship called? Normandy. That's right, I even typed it out in the description, I almost forgot it. Anyway, I guess we'll get things started. Yeah, V3 is really cool. It is a great game. I'm glad we're back playing it. And, oh my god, that's so tiny looking. Rafael Leandro? There we go. I kind of like scrolled it a little bit to the side so I could read it better. Thank you, Rafael, for the, subscription. I never really know if they're watching the stream or if they're just subscribing on like my main channel and they're not actually watching the stream. But if you're here, feel free to drop in the chat and say something. Thank you very much. Should probably make that bigger now that I've seen that, because that was actually quite tiny. Just adjust that a little bit so maybe I could read it next time and it's more in the corner. There we go. There, now we can begin proper. Let the game settle in. There we go. Let the little menu disappear. And hit record. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm back with some more Mass Effect, and we have a massive frame drop as the game begins, of course. Very nice. So, what the hell? Well, for whatever reason, Navigator Presley is deciding to stand on the controls rather than typing on them. He's going to use his feet, I guess. Presley, do you want to come down and talk to me for a second? There we go.
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
Well, I'm sure they're on our side. They wouldn't be risking their lives otherwise.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
We're not exactly undertaking the safest mission in the world.
About Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, this game is actually full of glitches like that. I'm curious if we'll get all the ones that I saw when I originally played this game, or if they maybe they patched them at some point.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our
I remember one of the
colonies.
times when I played this game with Emily. I think it was during her playthrough. Garrus randomly started flying, and he like pretty much completely left a fight. He just like floated up into the sky, and then it was just like Shepard and Tali trying to fight off like a bunch of Geth or whatever the hell it was. That might have actually been the second game though.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness.
But yeah,
That's
space magic. That's the
no matter how strong
that's the in-lore name for it. It's just the magic of space.
I guess so.
Some
Maybe
giant
I'm
black
just
hole
stuck
trying
the
to
old
suck him
ways
in.
of thinking. Don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
That's
How
good.
did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Agincourt. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
I wonder if we could say anything else about the aliens.
Speak freely, Presley. I want to know if you have a problem with non-humans.
I trust you, Commander. If you think they belong here, then so do I.
Okay, so that's the last he
Carry
says in
on,
that
Presley.
matter.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
sir.
really funny. Like some of the things that happen in this game. There's even more. But I think I'll wait and see if anything... Oh, experience for free. I'll take that. But maybe I'll wait to see if anything does happen. That way I don't spoil anything in case we see more crazy glitches. Now he's back to normal. Wait, is he? Is he typing in the air now? Oh no, now he's just... Wait, he is, I think. Oh no, he's just got his arms crossed. But there is something here. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what it was. He was hiding in cover, and then he just started flying away. It was so funny.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I,
Oh yeah, of course, Joker. Yeah, why not? We'll give him a medal.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So,
why did Shepard's dialogue get cut off there? Did you hear that? He was like, fun, and then he got cut off. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if we talked to Joker already. We'll talk to him now.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name.
Well, maybe if he gets some gray hair, he can be Santa Claus. He has a beard at least. Although he definitely needs to grow that out a bit more.
And it's stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like
Did we do this before?
By the end of the year,
I don't remember.
I was the best pilot
I know you
in the
did this in your
academy,
game.
even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I have to go.
I honestly don't remember. I thought maybe the dialogue would go away once you did that. But I guess it doesn't. Okay, that's good to know. Oh my god, there's another asshole on the table. What is wrong with you guys? This guy's even more on the table than the other one. Dude, get down from there. You're gonna mess something up like that. What the hell's going on in this game? We were throwing parties on the bridge, getting drunk and just standing on tables dancing. I don't even want to know what's going on down here. Is everyone being orderly? What are you doing, Caden? Caden? I'm gonna sneak up on you. I think he noticed.
Anything you need, Commander?
Well, yeah, I like the personal input, Caden. Why don't you share your personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Everything's off the record with me.
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
Oh, that sounded
That's
overly
a generous
flirtatious.
answer.
What the hell?
Okay. I think there's something wrong with
I didn't know that was an option in this game.
This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Hey, who are you saying by someone? You mean me?
The Council doesn't want to believe anything.
Or the Council? Okay.
I'd call it
I
human
assume the
nature,
Council. You're gonna be insulting me right in front of me, I
It
presume.
just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
I can kind of see him going that way after that last line we just had with him. Like, hey, Keaton, everything's off the record when it's me and you. That was a rather weird line. I don't remember that. I probably chose something different when I started playing.
So an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Is there some question?
I don't know
about
if you
how
guys have
exposed?
ever like seen the Caden romance if like you're playing as female Shepard. Because I saw that when my girlfriend played the game. And it was really, really interesting. Caden acted like such a little bitch. Like, I think Shepard asks him if he wants to go like a second round. He's like, no, I gotta get to the bridge. Sorry, Shepard. Like, runs away.
Your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's
So now we could finally hear Caden opening up about his past a little bit more.
We had for decades, right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system.
I think if you try to talk to him up until this point, he doesn't actually say anything about you. You're too focused on Tally, that's alright. And plus, you kind of have to play as female Shepard anyway. So I don't know if you ever did that.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out.
So Shepard tops everyone?
research.
Pretty much. Yeah, even female Shepard, it kind of sounded that way almost, the way he like cried out. Like, wait, what did they just do together? Time to get physical?
You were all teenagers. I'm sure you found other ways to occupy the time.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of thing.
Yeah, and you know what, Mike? You never answered my question the other day.
There was a girl.
It was so rude of you. You're just like, I don't know.
We kept our clothes
But
on.
I don't play things that way. So I will say, I'm not too certain who I'll be with,
Her family was
but
very rich.
usually I go with Liara, so I'm thinking about switching up and seeing what happens if you romance Ashley. Particularly because, while I don't want to be with Ashley, I kind of think it's funny to like dump her in the second or third game and see how that goes. Because I get the feeling she'll be pissed off, and I don't know. It'd be kind of some funny melodrama, I think, maybe.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was.
You don't really think about that? Oh, come on, that's like... There's like two reasons to play Mass Effect. One is for like all of the character interactions, you know, just like hanging out with characters, getting to know them, being best friends, and the other half is for the romances and the romantic drama too. You don't remember much sexual tension between Shepard and Kaidan. Again, I have to ask, are you talking about male Shepard or female Shepard? Although I guess either way, it wasn't really like... It's been a long time since I saw that, so I don't remember how that was.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
Male Shepard. Yeah, not really.
No one knows.
Other than that one line, and I was kind of half joking.
As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but...
Well, I'm not saying they didn't.
They were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero is a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Hey, you can tell me anything you want.
Alenko, there's
Anything.
no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner. Besides, I've got my past squared away.
Well, that is good.
Anything you need, Commander?
What about a tactical appraisal?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni.
Yeah?
Seems like a sweet girl. Easy on the eyes.
Wow.
I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Oh, really? Well, do you?
Any intentions there, Lieutenant?
No, Commander.
Wow, we
Just
sound so
art
aggressive.
Appreciation.
Hold on a second.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Dr. Tassoni.
Can we say this again?
Seems like a sweet girl.
I kind of want to see what the other option does, even though I'm not sure if we will romance Liara.
I mean, if you like the bookish sort.
Oh, I do.
Just remember, Lieutenant, I saw her first.
Only by a few seconds, sir.
Whoa, Kaidan! What in the world? I thought you weren't.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
He's just competitive over us, I guess. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Whoa. Ran to the post. Shepard is a madman. This is our room. I don't know if we showed this off. But we could come in here and... Actually, is there any... Oh, you can do stuff in this game. Oh, no, it just does that. Okay. So, no, there's really not much you can do in this game in your room. In the sequels, there's, like, certain things you can do. Like, you can change your clothes. You can eventually invite people into your room. Of course. And I think there's some other stuff. Like, you get pets and that kind of thing. But in this game, there's really not too much, so... I guess I'll probably never go in there again, except for when that certain time comes. And hey, Team Masterson. What's new with you? Ooh, some more weapons? Okay, I'll take those. You haven't missed much. In this episode, we're probably
Yes,
mostly going to
Commander?
be talking
Is
to
there
all our
something you need?
characters.
How did
Getting to
you
know
end up
them really
serving on
quick.
an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school.
Yeah, that's going to come much later, though.
Earth always seemed boring.
Oh yeah, for tabletop
Too
games. That's
safe,
exactly what we're
too
there
secure.
for. That's
I
all we
figured
ever
the
do.
colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. Turns out military life isn't quite as romantic as I'd imagined. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse, and the Alliance always needs good doctors. So I stayed on to do my part.
The funny thing is, when you play
Ever think you made
Mass
the wrong
Effect 3,
choice?
you could have like a
Sometimes
bunch of
I
people
think
up to your
about
room.
opening a private practice back on Earth. Or
I
maybe
think that
taking
may
a
be
position
the
at one of the
one
new med
game
centers
of
out
like
in
at least the
colonies.
original trilogy
But
where you
there's
could have
something
multiple
special about working on
hookups at
soldiers.
once, I think.
If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoning them.
Because like for whatever reason, you just had like a random booty call with like that one
How well do you know the lieutenant?
reporter girl
I'd
from
never worked with him
IGN
before this
who was
mission.
like randomly put
But
in
he
the
has an
game for
impressive
no reason.
service record. Over a dozen special commendations. Tends to keep to himself.
Yeah, Chakwas is pretty cool. I
Maybe
always liked her
because of the
too.
headaches. It's not easy being an L2.
What does that have to
I'm
do?
trying to remember if we talked about this
Well,
before or
most
not. I think we might
biotics
have.
now use the L3 implants. Lieutenant Alenko was wired with the old L2.
The Pocahontas song came in your head?
Sometimes there are complications.
The Virginia Company one.
What kind of complications?
Severe mental disabilities.
I don't remember that
insanity,
song. I
crippling
do
physical pain.
remember the movie
There's a long
Pocahontas.
list
I
of
saw it when I
horrific
was
side
young.
effects.
I don't remember that
Lucky.
particular song
He just
though.
gets my
Oh, that's the one where they're singing about digging. Well, that makes sense.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
I do remember that kind of. Ooh, we have Liara here. Well, there's no law saying we can't flirt with her. There's no reason why I can't play up on both girls until the time comes. Oh, that's right. You could have that like random hookup with Jack too.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
It was the no strings attached one.
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas
You're in
knows what
State
she's
Farm.
doing.
Is it State
I never
Farm?
properly thanked you for saving me from the
Or is it
death, Commander.
Farmers? I don't
If
remember.
you
What's the
hadn't
insurance
shown
where they
up-
say you're in good hands? Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Is that you're in good hands? I'm getting my insurance companies confused.
I'm just glad we got there in time.
Yeah, I think it is.
So am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this
Allstate.
ship.
That's what it is. Allstate, you're in
I've
good
seen
hands.
The way your crew looks at me. They do not trust
Michael
me.
is the
But I
expert.
am not like Benezia.
He'll be crowned the
I will do
champion
whatever I can
of
to
knowing
help
his
you
insurance
stop
lingos.
Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I
Yeah,
know
give
you
him
won't
that
let me
crown.
down.
That's why he's
It means
mod.
a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Like,
Me?
yeah, tell me about yourself,
I'm
Liara. I'm just
afraid
distracted
I'm
by
not very
conversations
interested,
about insurance
Commander.
companies.
I spend most of my time on remote digs,
Subway.
unearthing mundane items buried in long
Subway's the
forgotten Prothean
$5
ruins.
footlongs. That's what I said. We'll play both of the female. Well, Liara's technically not female, I guess, but whatever.
Sounds dangerous.
Both of the love options that are in this game anyway.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
You don't like other people?
I suppose
other
it
people can
comes
be
from
jerks
being a
sometimes.
matriarch's daughter.
Especially if they're a
People
whole bunch of
expected me to
Asari.
follow in Benezia's
That doesn't
footsteps.
sound like
They
fun.
wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children
Yeah,
rebel
when I
against
played
their
Mass
parents.
Effect 1,
It's a natural part of growing up.
I
You share
did
the wisdom
eventually
of a
romance
matriarch, Shepard.
Liara,
That is
but I would have
exactly what
preferred having one of the
Benezia
other
said when I told her
characters,
of
like,
my decision. But there was more to it than
well, I guess the
that.
only other character
I
that's really a
felt
choice would be
drawn to the
Tali.
past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious
Unless it would be
figures.
like Rex or
I
something
wanted to know
randomly.
everything about them. That is why I find you so
But yeah,
fascinating.
I would have
You
preferred
were
that probably in
marked
the
by
first
beacon
Mass
on
Effect
Eden
game.
Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to
Fascinating.
dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate.
You're the
I never
gob
meant to offend you,
glob.
Shepard. I only meant
Okay,
that you would
I'll
be
call
an
you that from
interesting
now on.
specimen for an in-depth study.
Except I'll
No,
probably
that's
never
even
remember how to
worse.
pronounce that after that scrolls off screen.
Calm down, Liara.
It's just a joke.
I was only
Liara
joking.
doesn't understand jokes.
Joking. Oh, by the
It's kind
goddess,
of weird
how could I
about
be
this
so
because
dense? You must think I am a
all the
complete
other
and utter
Asari that
fool.
you meet are never
Now
really
you
like
know why
this,
I
where they
prefer to
don't
spend my time
understand
in the field
human
with data
concepts and
disks
themes like
computers.
that.
I always seem to
Maybe it
say
just has something to do with the
embarrassing
fact that
around
she
other
is
people.
kind of like a loner
Please, just
and just
pretend
not good
this
at social
conversation never
interactions in the
happened.
first place. Done. Did we talk about Benezia already?
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events.
Yeah, it's kind of
Maybe
weird
she
because it's
thought
almost played
aligning
up like
herself with
as if she
Saren
was a
would somehow
Vulcan or
be for the
something and
greater
just
good in the long run.
can't comprehend these human
At least I hope
emotions.
so.
This hurts
But that's
you,
not really the
doesn't it?
case because
None
the
of this
Asari
makes
aren't like
any
that.
sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel.
She
We
needs
were
to be the
instrumental
quirky,
in
cute, I don't
forming
know
the
about the universe
Council,
kind of girl.
and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation.
I guess so, but
in
at the same time,
galactic
she's supposed to be like
disputes.
super smart
My
as well.
people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole. Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them seek to understand us.
I guess she's supposed to be like book
The
smart
galaxy is filled
and not
with
street
rumors
smart.
and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered
She
around
said
our
that she's
mating
only like
rituals.
100
My
and
species
I don't know,
is
like 15 or
monogender,
whatever,
male and female,
and that it's
have
actually
no real
considered to
meaning
be
for us.
barely older than a
We
child
still
in her
require a
society
partner to reproduce.
because of how long
This
they live for.
second parent, however, may be of any species and any
I'm paraphrasing, but that's about what it was.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an
Well, it's more
essential
fun with
element
it.
of the
Come
union.
on.
The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial
I have no idea
identities.
what you guys are saying.
We then pass these traits
That's because
on
we're
to our
speaking
daughters.
Swahili.
It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens
What
to your
about the other
partner after
parent?
the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Well, this might be an awkward topic, but let's talk about her father, even though that's
Do you know who Matriarch
probably
Benezia
off
chose as
limits.
her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner.
not something you usually want to
Though
bring
I
up in
know
like a
my
first
father,
meeting with
if
someone.
you want to use that
Go into so
term,
much personal
was
detail.
another Asari.
I thought you always needed another species to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it, Shepard. If we were not able to mate with our own species, we would have died out long before
Think
we
of how
mastered
boring that would be.
spaceflight and left our homeworld. Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Most
obviously they had to
Asari believe
reproduce
it
before they got off their own
weakens our
planet.
species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face, it is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's
It's pretty funny how,
partner
like,
was
in this
embarrassed
game,
by their union.
Like with
She
the
may have
Asari, they
been
say that pure blood's supposed to be an
ashamed
insult.
publicly acknowledge me as her
When, like,
offspring.
every other thing, it's, like, considered the opposite way around when they're usually doing those kinds of things. Like in Harry Potter, they call people mudbloods to insult them when they have, like, mixed blood. Yeah, exactly what I was talking about, Mike. Yeah, you don't know that for sure.
Maybe she wanted to meet you but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
It's kind of funny that they do
I
that
hope
to
you
switch
are.
things around.
But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived.
I guess it kind of goes to
Often the
show that
partner
people
will
can
pass
be
on
like
long before the
short-sighted and
child reaches
ignorant,
maturity.
like in kind of in like both directions when it comes to that sort of thing.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner.
Oh yeah, and they do
Though I
mention
know my
that
father,
in
if
Mass
you
Effect 2
want
as
to use that
well.
term, was another Asari.
And I think we'll meet someone.
I thought
In
you always
regards to
needed
that-
another species
God.
to serve as one of the parents.
Think about it.
Whoops.
It is possible Benezia's partner was but many Asari raise their children alone.
Oh, that's it, okay.
Particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass
You
on.
Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
It's not too important.
Sapient species
It'll
live as
just
long
become
as my
relevant
kind.
later.
We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions.
Yeah,
We do
there's a
not
name
focus
for
on
that
the inevitable loss of
thingy,
our partners.
and I don't remember it either.
Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
I think Michael's oh my god, my mouse is being so crappy today. I need to get a new mouse pad. This thing is not very good.
I should go.
Goodbye,
Needs to be
Shepard.
replaced. Can I use it without it? Well, we'll see. Hopefully I don't have to do much fighting. I'll probably suck at it. Yeah, Mike's the one who doesn't really know for sure, because he hasn't played all these games yet. Alright, I think that's everyone on this floor. Let's talk to the people down below deck. And you haven't even finished this one all the way through. How far did you get, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, this guy. Well, we'll talk to him in just a bit. I want to deal with all our friends first.
Nice work out there. I know
Thank you,
working with
Garrus.
Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work.
So one of the
From
interesting
trying to
things
take out
about
a
Garrus's
suspect, it
character
shouldn't
in this
matter how I
game
do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol
is that
and
these little
procedure
conversations
come
that you
first.
have with
That's
him
why I left.
and the way you respond to him, they're actually supposed to have an influence on how his character plays out for the second game.
So you just quit because you
But I
didn't
don't think it
like the way
actually
we do
works
things?
quite the way it's supposed
There's
to.
more to it than that. It didn't start out bad.
Because overall, it doesn't have like
Brains
that
got
much of a
saddled
difference
with
when you do
more
play
and
the
more
second
red
game.
tape. C6 handling,
Or at least I don't remember it actually having that big of an influence.
I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
But like depending on the way you talk to him, like Garrus either is supposed to become more of a renegade or more of a like Paragon type character.
I
based
hope
on how you
made the
respond
right
to him.
Choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's
What
sort of
happened to
why I
Frog?
linked up with you.
You mean
Chance to
Frog
maybe
from the
get off
Discord,
system,
Sarah?
See how things are done outside CSEC.
I don't know. He's been kind of busy lately.
Either way,
So
I plan to make the most of this.
I don't know.
Without
He's
CSEC
on
headquarters
Discord if you
looking
ever
over my
want to chat
shoulder,
with him.
well, maybe
He's
I
usually
should
hanging around there
my
checking.
way for a change.
Oh my god, this mouse cursor. What is going on with it? There we go.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people,
Oh no, I yelled at him.
we get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Aw. Yelled at Garrus. I feel bad now. I think that's kind of how you're supposed to do things though.
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question.
At least that influences him to be more Paragon rather than Renegade, I think, later on. Not that it
what?
matters too much.
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
Aw.
That's tough. But you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a CSEC man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were gonna be a
You were asked
Spectre?
to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits.
Actually, it would have been
Could've
pretty cool if he
received
did become a
special
Spectre.
training, but my father didn't like it.
Like later in the
Despises
games.
Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, CSEC's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
That's alright, Sarah. Have a good night. At your age, you probably need a lot of sleep. Teenagers don't get enough sleep that they usually should be getting, so feel no shame about having to go to sleep. Let's see.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you should. I don't need to stoop to Saren's level to stop him. And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks.
There we go. They're having a positive influence on him. I hope we are, anyway.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
Oh, Ashley, what's this gonna be about?
I keep an open door
I'm probably
policy.
not gonna like it.
If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right.
I also have an open door policy when
I
it
know
comes to
things
my
are different more
cabin,
than
Ashley.
Normandy, but I'm
Doesn't matter
concerned
who.
about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
What do you mean?
They may not
'Cause they're
serve
not
the
alliance?
Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not sure I'd call the Council races allies. We, humanity, I mean, have to learn to rely on ourselves.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't mean standing
I like when you hit
alone.
spacebar makes that sound like you made a
I don't think we
mistake.
should turn down allies.
Like, I just didn't want to click the
think we
mouse.
should
Don't
bet
yell at
everything
me.
on them staying allies. As noble as the council members seem now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about Ashley was, and I kind of felt this way when I was first playing the game too, a lot of people get annoyed at her because she is like kind of xenophobic about this, like she doesn't really trust aliens on first instinct.
You've got a pessimistic view of the universe, Williams.
A pessimist is what an optimist
And while I don't really
calls
like
a
that
realist.
about her,
Look, if you're fighting a bear,
I kind of like that it's in
only
the
way for you to
game,
survive is
because it
to
kind of
sit
adds like
your dog on
an
it and
additional
ride.
layer,
You'll do
an
it.
additional dimension to
As
it,
much as you love your
that
dog,
not
you'll
necessarily
do it.
everyone gets along.
It's not racism, not really. Members of their
But they sort of
species will
have to
always be more
in order
important
to like
than
get
the
on with the
humans
mission.
are.
And through working together, wow, the mouse is, I'm not even touching the mouse and it was moving like that. What the hell?
These seem like deeply held beliefs, Williams. What made you think this way?
My family's defended the Alliance since it was founded.
But yeah, it's cool that it's in the
My
game
father,
and they don't just like gloss
grandfather,
over that kind of thing.
great-grandmother, they all
Because if
picked
you
up a
think about
rifle
it,
and
that
swore
like
the
people will
oath of
definitely be that
service.
way in the future.
I guess we just tended
Like when we
to
get
look
to
at
that point,
interests
if we
on
ever
our
get to
own.
that point, like where we have like aliens and like we're trying to like get along with them, there'll definitely be people who like won't necessarily be positive towards them or want to work with them. It's definitely going to be like a thing. So it's kind of cool to see that portrayed in the game.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
Yeah, nice
No,
lens
sir.
flares too.
Mainly I've been ground
Always has to be over-exaggerated.
Forces. I did get a rotation on a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway,
Oh, there we go. The
that's
damn
why I
blue
haven't
light.
served with many aliens, Commander.
Ashley, why is there like a blue light coming from your chest? What in the world?
All right. I
We
can
could
see
tell
where
her
your
just shut
concerns
up.
are coming from, Williams. But this is a multilateral mission. You're going to have to work with aliens, like it or not.
And what is cool is that if you do work positively with her
You say jump, I say
throughout
hop.
the
You tell me to kiss a Turian, I'll ask which cheek.
Ashley, that's kind of awkward, especially because there's only one Turian on the ship. And he's kind of within hearing range. What about me? Oh my god. I have to say it.
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you to?
That depends, sir.
God,
If you ordered
Shepard.
me to kiss a
Sounds so
superior
pathetic.
officer, that would be a violation of the regs concerning fraternization. That would make it an illegal order. I'd be required to
You don't have to
decline
flash
and
your blue
relieve
light
you
at
of
me.
command.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said that.
Sir.
Well, I'm glad we didn't say that then.
We'll talk later, Williams.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Everyone has their own locker, which we won't mess with.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
I don't think Garrus needs that. Let's
Go
not
ask the
talk about
Turian
that,
if you
Michael.
want stories.
Come
You've broken them
on.
for centuries.
It's like a child.
Don't
Come on,
me
tell
how
me a
bad
story,
interesting
Rex.
Adventures.
Story time.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I don't even want to know what they look like or what their equivalent to an ass would be. I don't know, it's kind of scary. Oh god. Even worse, can you imagine a Krogan ass?
I heard about that.
That is a
You know,
frightful
they almost did
prospect.
the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation.
Oh, that's right. I guess it isn't the
An
same.
infection
Sorry. I'm sorry,
that
Rex.
Only a few in 1,000
I wasn't paying
children
attention.
survive Birth. And I suppose it's destroying your entire species.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
Hey, there's Frog.
I don't expect you to understand.
What's good, Frog? And JP.
Don't compare humanity
JP as well.
to the Krogan.
By the way, Frog, someone was looking for you. I think it was Sarah. I'm not sure why. Obviously, it's a touchy subject.
Conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance.
Not much, not much, JP. Not really. Just hanging out with our characters, getting to know them better. Yeah, I'm not sure. Or maybe she just knows you haven't been in the stream in a while because you've been busy the last few nights. So she asked about you. I don't know if she had anything important to say.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Yeah, the current conversation topic is alien asses. We were talking about Turian asses because Michael brought that up, of course. And then, since I was talking to Rex while he mentioned that, I'm like, oh god, you know what'd be even worse? Like, what did a Krogan ass look like? That must be something truly horrible.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out.
Just in time for you to imagine what Rex's ass must look like, JP.
Never go back.
I hope that is a mental image I put in your head now.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it.
Well, I won't get to speak for one until the next game.
It makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far.
Oh, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome for that. No problem.
To find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan?
Oh, sorry to hear that, Frog. That is annoying when you first get those, and yeah, they can cause issues. Eventually, you'll get used to them, and hopefully, before too long, you'll get rid of them.
Or fight for credits. He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
All right, you're right, man.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
I had to have them for a while because when I was like not really young, but I don't know what age I was, before I had like my main adult teeth come in, I had fallen as a child and like I kind of like chipped one of my, like, I don't know, maybe it's like just like one or two teeth when I was little. And then, what the fuck? What was that? We went like flying down that ramp. Did you guys see that? I don't think that was supposed to happen. Well, okay. Yeah, that was... We already had some glitchy stuff happen before.
I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small.
Yeah. I have the hacksaw make you go flying through the air off ramps. It's so useful. I should be like saving just in case we actually like fly into the Mass Effect core, whatever the hell that thing's called.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting edge technology.
I don't want to know what that would do to us.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board.
Yeah, that's what it was. Shepard was so excited to see Tali, went flying towards her. It's like, Tali! And just like goes flying right at her.
On a vessel like this, it's a dream come true for me.
Now, clearly she's into ships.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
If you know anything about her people, you would know why.
The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make
that's why I call this Sheen, the Normandy Mining Company.
We just try to keep them running.
Feels like some really unsubtle foreshadowing.
Some of the fleet's larger vessels all the way
about what exactly? I'm not foreshadowing any. Oh my god, this mouse is being such a pain in the ass. Well, I guess we should discuss it.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work, mostly.
They'll probably get
We try
attacked.
to make ourselves as independent
Oh, like
as
Normandy
possible on the
Beach?
flotilla.
I just mean that's the name of the ship, the Normandy, that we're flying.
Some things we just
And the
can't
mining
make on
company
our
refers to
own.
the fact that we're probably going to be like
Patch,
mining
maintain
planets for
the hull
minerals.
integrity,
Although I'm not gonna say that we don't get attacked at some point or another, because that may just happen eventually.
Tell me about your people.
Tell me all about your people in detail. I'll have to get myself comfortable as I listen to this.
Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's
Yeah, when you think
illegal
about it,
for
she said there's like
parents to have more
17
than
million
one
of her
child.
people in the
If our
flotilla, and that's pretty much like all of
population
them.
grows too much, it would
That's actually
strain
not
our
a whole lot
resources
for like
to
a
their
whole
breaking
race of people.
point. Of course, we also can't
Although I
allow
guess
our
in this
numbers to
game,
become too
like her
few.
and the Krogan are both
If
like
our population is in
of
decline,
races where
the
there's not a
rule
whole
against
lot of
single
them.
births is
I don't know if they say how many
temporarily
Krogan there
repealed.
are in existence.
In extreme
But
cases
probably not
of
many.
population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births. Though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On
I kind of wasn't paying attention for a second. It's like what was going in the background, and I thought that like spinning of the core, I thought that was like the car that we drove for one minute there. Because it almost looked like that's a wheel, that one segment.
Most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So they're
So
democratic
the
people.
ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries...
Wait, so they have to resign their posts, and what's to stop the next, like, conclave from coming in and just overruling that, you know, the following year or whatever?
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins. What they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth
Interesting.
were originally created to serve as an
And that is all I have to say
automated
about
manual
that.
labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any.
Yeah, Tali gets excited about talking about her and her
Over time,
people.
we made small
And their ships, of
modifications
course.
to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually
Yeah, I'm not too sure what that
illegal.
XN is supposed to be kind of like
Changes
based
were
off
so
of, but it is pretty good.
insignificant, so gradual
Sounds pretty.
that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness.
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information.
Yeah, the core can be so
Their
distracting.
programming
I keep on
cannot
looking back
handle
at
that
it.
much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity.
It is pretty cool,
The
though.
neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for
Everything is so bright in this game, too.
thought.
I don't get it. I think we understand it. I'll ask
That
anyway.
doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex
Oh, and there we go. Now this.
creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day,
So basically they get smarter in numbers. That's all we need to know.
Questions about the nature of its existence.
Although funny enough, that doesn't really ever come into play in the game
Why am I
itself.
here? What is my purpose?
Like if you have a whole lot of Geth in one
As you
place,
can
it doesn't really
imagine,
matter.
This caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created
Yeah,
to
ask
engage
J.J.
in
Abrams as well.
mundane, repetitive,
He
or
certainly knows a thing or two
dangerous
about that.
manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it
I forget, I was trying to figure that
satisfy
out. I don't know if any of you guys know, but
essential
when did that Star Trek movie come out that
Geth
J.J.
were so
Abrams
inside
made
of
with like the
rudimentary
100 million
self-awareness
lens
and
flares?
thought.
Was it
If the
before this
Geth were
game?
intelligent,
So it kind of
they
came out
would
around the same
essentially
time, I
use them
think.
as slaves. It was inevitable the
I don't actually remember the
new
year
sentient
that...
Geth would
This
rebel
is
against their
2008, but I don't know when Star Trek came out.
We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this
So it's
order
2007, okay. Then yeah, that makes sense. They were definitely influenced by that, I would say.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld.
The funny thing is that like both of these series now are pretty much dead. Like the Star Trek revival and like Mass Effect is a series. Because now J.J. Abrams is just busy with like Star Wars and all that stuff. And like the last Mass Effect game wasn't like popular enough, so I don't think they're making anymore.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth.
They were expecting a riot before one actually happened?
We did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped
No,
us
how they
out.
like acted preemptively to try to take out the Geth. Yeah, I thought that was kind of silly too. When they said that.
Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think
Obviously that was a big
every
mistake.
organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy
I guess Saren just knows how to talk to the Geth. He's a smooth operator.
all organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren, and that's why we have to stop him.
Alright. I think that's... Oh, the pilgrimage.
I want to know more
Yeah, we
about
should talk to her about the pilgrimage too, because eventually... I think we have to like get her a present. Like essentially we give something to her.
It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity
Yeah.
among the fleet.
I could kind of understand, since the Geth kind of like nuked her planet and wiped out millions of her people. Even if they are partly at fault, partly at fault as well for causing that, since they're the ones that struck first. I would still understand being pissed at them for destroying their whole home planet.
If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when a gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift.
I don't know if it's supposed to be based on it, but the Quarians and like their saga, it always kind of reminds me of what was it, Battlestar Galactica, because it's kind of similar to that, where like they made machines, the machines rebelled, and like they're part of a fleet out trying to search for like a new homeworld. Let's get out of here. I think that's everything.
I want to talk about something else.
Like what?
I should go.
Like I should go. That's what we need to talk about.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my
Is
guys
Terminator
were
like
half as
that?
smart as
Terminator's not really about like
Give her a
space
month on
travel,
board,
is it?
she'll know more
I don't
about
think
our
it is.
engines than I do. She's got a real knack for
Terminator's
technology,
more
though.
like based on like
I can
Earth,
see why you
where
wanted her
like
to come
Battlestar Galactica is like a space saga, about other planets and interstellar travel.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander, but I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
But I mean, yeah, it is about like machines rebelling and that kind of thing.
Fill me in on
Did we
the
talk to this guy
IES
before?
stealth system.
I don't know, I'll talk to him
How
real
does
quick.
it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and
Yep, that is true.
radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented.
And you have a lot of stories about that. That's like a very famous sci-fi topic and theme, talking about artificial intelligence.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
I don't know what the first example was, but
visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out
I guess there's Isaac Asimov.
But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space.
Because iRobot, that's like about a robot rebelling. I don't know if it's about like all of them rebelling though. I know it's about like at least that one. I think it's part of like a robot rebellion.
Why doesn't it work with faster than light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks.
Conspiracy theorists will believe that it will happen eventually.
Sensors can pick up our location.
I don't think it's not really conspiracy theorists. It's been like a sci-fi staple for probably like 60 years or more or whatever. Can we get personal, Engineer Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've
It is a ship we're using, so we should know all about it. I think we have the DLC for that, luckily. So when the time comes, I'll be able to play that.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the
At least
size
I think
of
I
any
do.
other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the
I know I
core.
played the DLC for
Aye, aye.
Mass Effect 2 where you had the Shadow Broker. Because I did that. I don't know about that one, but that sounds somewhat familiar. Alright, I need to talk to this guy, but I want to see before I talk to him, I think. So, do that.
Looking for supplies?
Yeah, show me
Let's
what
see
you got.
what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Doomsday preppers seem to think that there could be an AI attacking people. I mean, yeah. I don't think they're the only ones that think that could happen. Right, so how's this compare to the one we have now? Not really that much better, in all honesty. Now that is pretty decent, but we can't afford it. We're just short. That is a huge improvement over what we have, though. Looking at that, 216 shields, 46 for damage protection. I think I want to get this, but I have to sell some stuff. Any other guns, really? Wow, the bloom's like overly done for this. I'm using one of those like reshade graphic packs for this, so it like boosts up the shaders for like bloom and that kind of thing. But it's a little bit overdone for this like purchase menu. I guess it's about the only thing I really want from this guy. Maybe I can sell some stuff and get it, because that's like really good armor. Let's see. What do we have that we don't need? All these cheap pistols. They're not gonna get me much though. Oh, I heard about Far Cry 5 a little bit, but I never really played those games. Yeah, you can just double click on them and sell them. Do you have anything expensive we could sell? I know what I could do. Hold on a second. Let me see. So right now we have What do we have equipped? Guardian 3. It's probably worth a bit. I'm gonna put on something cheap just for now and sell that. Guardian 3.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
There we go. Oh, we're still a little bit short. I should be able to make that up though. It's only about 250. And let's see. We had some more armor we could sell too. Like Gladiator 2. Yeah, we don't need that. There we go. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get more money from just like traveling around and exploring the planets. We'll get a bunch. Oh, that is so much nicer. We'll attach our new stuff to it. We could sell pretty much all this human armor. We don't really need it. Unless I was to bring one of the other humans to the group. But I don't really use them too much. Although, actually, that's the only thing I really wanted to buy from him, so I could just wait for later to sell stuff anyway. Can we examine anything else down here, like the Mako or whatever? Does it show us how much shield that has? Probably a good amount. Alright, I think we should get going. That's probably everything we need to do for now. Now we can finally go to like a planet and explore. Or something exciting. It's only been about an hour, now we can actually get into playing the game. I think I might have examined the Mako before, because I didn't see the icon pop up. I was looking for that. Whoa. Every now and then it does get a bit like laggy like that. It's just like the game itself. Talk to everyone here. Save the game. And now we do this. So as I was doing with, or as I was instructing Michael to do when he was playing, you could usually examine around, see if you could find stuff from certain planets. And the map music is very nice, I agree. Occasionally I think there are hidden items, and a lot of times they're in like asteroid belts like this. You could sometimes find something. There we go. That'll be some free money. But yeah, sometimes I just want to go like this to see if anything pops up on the menu. And probably... Oh, there we go. Look, unknown. So we'll examine this really quickly. We get a medallion. Navigator Presley says it's the remains of an abandoned Solarian fighter. A League of One medallion. There we go. Alright, no problem, Frog. Good luck with your standardized tests. Hopefully you do well on it. Make us all proud. You spend too much time in the map, it can get a little old. Yeah, that's definitely true. But if you're trying to like 100% the game, you have to do that, unfortunately. Because there are a lot of hidden things like that that are needed for all the missions. But I think that's it for this particular star system. We can go out to another one now. And pretty much just check them all out in a little bit of detail like that.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Of course.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say anymore in an unsecured communication.
I think I might actually try to do 100% if I can, or at least as close as I can.
So we can talk in person. I'll be waiting.
I remember when I first played this game, I tried to 100% this, but then I was never able to complete it because one of the missions was kind of glitched, because at a certain point in the game you can't go back to the Citadel, and I was never able to turn in this one quest because of that, so that really sucked and pissed me off. But hopefully I do it right this time. I already had that problem with another quest earlier in the game when I accidentally solved the mission, but I didn't report it back to the guy, so I didn't get credit for it. But luckily I went back and actually corrected it this time. Let's see. Yeah, you never know where you're gonna have one, so you just have to be kind of thorough. Usually I try to go like from the inner planets to the outer ones, that way I kind of remember what I've checked out and what I haven't already. Oh, Cersei. I thought for a second that was a planet we could land on, but apparently not. And I will say, if there's a planet we can land on, I'm probably not going to land there right now because that'll take too long for what I want to accomplish in this game. Or at least on this session, I should say. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5 can take a long time if you're trying to do everything. Especially because some of those missions towards the end. Oh yeah, see, this is one you can land on, but I don't want to do that just yet. Some of those missions at the end can be very difficult because they're basically like harder versions of the missions you get earlier. Yeah, I'll probably land on them later. But I don't want to do it right now. So I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. I'm trying to just get some money, and then I'm going to go back to the Citadel to do a few more missions there. That's probably what I'll do for tonight, anyway. But I want to get some more money, because there should be some new items on the Citadel to buy. It's probably only like one item per system, like in those asteroid belts, but I'm just trying to be thorough. Yep, that's it. I think this is the last one. So there is one planet we have to come back for later, looks like. Or maybe a second one in this place, for all I know. Nothing there. And obviously they have all those details about the planet as well that you can read. Oh wait, you can kind of see... Oh yeah, I thought I saw something... Yeah, see, look, every now and then, if you're paying attention, you can kind of see something shimmer. So you see where that was? You'll see a light flicker for like just a second. So I guess that's like a little clue as to where it is. Alright, good night, Demon Chan. Another Prothean data disk, nice. But sometimes it's just quicker to do this because you can kind of go through it quickly if you're good with a mouse.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
Oh, it's this mission. Well, I guess I could do this one really quick. I kind of feel bad because it's a distress beacon. We can't leave these people hanging, can we? So I guess we'll land here. Yeah, it is kind of quick too, since I know what it is. I'll just quickly do this one. Otherwise, how could I live with myself? Not responding to a distress beacon like that. Alright, I should save though, just to be careful, because it's so much. I don't have to redo anything if I die accidentally. Let's go to the debris field first. Try to get everything done. Do I have a higher scan stats? Now I'm not really too sure. Why do you think I do? Something down here it looks like too. How do you check your scan stats? I know there's like an item you can equip to your gun that'll give you like additional scanning. At least that's what I think it is. Alright, I should usually save before you do this in case you mess up. Oh, you mean like the, decrypting, or whatever it is skill. Yeah, I do have that skill leveled up, so that should be no problem. What the hell? Flipped our car. Yeah, that's fine. I thought you meant like scanning for like items on the map. And that I was not sure about. But yeah, these Mako segments, they have a few of them in the game, but you don't really need to do them. This is mostly optional. There's only like a few main missions that you actually have to accomplish, but I like trying to do the side missions because you can get some good stuff for them. Otherwise, you can beat the game pretty quickly, actually. Alright. I try to always save because if you mess up, I don't know if they let you get it. Oh, man. See, we clipped the side or something. Yeah, this we're gonna mess up, so we have to try again. And that's why we saved. Yeah, I think what you do is you have to raise it for... Yeah, this one is tough. Damn it. Oh, just in time. Oh, okay, so that's new stuff we can equip to our guns. And I think our armor, too. It is kind of like Frogger, actually. That's pretty funny. An anomaly? What kind of anomaly? I think I might have mentioned this before, but a lot of the little mini games that they give you in this, they can be a bit on the random side as to whether or not you'll accomplish them. So I'm not like a huge fan of them. I think the other one is more annoying though. The one with like you have to click a certain direction and the combination's always random and you have to get like 5 of them correct in a row. That to me is really annoying. What is that? A dead body?
I'm on my way.
A randomly mummified Solarian. Oh, this is one too? Luckily it's easy. It's a mystery to everyone. Whoop, didn't mean to do that. There we go, we're right on track now. Yep, it's a secret to everybody. And I think once you get to the next game, Mass Effect 2, like the way you do that is completely different. So you don't have to worry about it as much. Although now that I think about it, I'm not sure if it's any better or worse. I guess we'll see when the time comes. Alright. For no particular reason, I'm just gonna save here. There we go. Let's see how this goes. Yeah. We have a little friend over here, as you guys can see. And he's not very happy. For this, you kind of want to be careful and move around a bit. Make sure he doesn't launch his thing at you and hit you. Pelting him with rockets and gunfire every now and then. Once you get him low enough. Kind of gonna do that little cheat that I told you guys about, where we get out and try to kill him this way. So let's see if this works. Please don't destroy my car. That's very rude. Did that kill him? I hope that killed him. No, he's still alive. So we'll do this. Hopefully this will kill him. There we go. We got a nice amount of experience for killing him too, of course.
All targets down.
Let's check out what he left behind. Obviously, you have bodies here.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
I guess so.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoku's command. You'd want to know what happened here.
I guess he would. Well, we don't have good news for him. I always thought you could, like, destroy this thing. But I don't think you actually can.
Ready whenever you are.
We just kind of leave it here for anyone to, like, come across next. You'd think a distress beacon, which is a trap, it's something we should probably deactivate, but no, we don't actually do that for whatever reason. Instead, we just leave. So I think that's everything on this planet, at least everything that we could scan initially. And I don't think there's anything else, probably, so I'm gonna leave here. Turn to Normandy. Like we care about other people. I guess not, technically. So that's good that we have that done. I'm gonna save again. Now we got that mission accomplished. And actually, I'm gonna check something real quick. Because I noticed the frame rate is kind of low every now and then. I don't know if it's just that planet or what. Because now... Oh, wait, it kind of locked up again. Now the frame rate looks better. I guess it was just the planet itself. I guess there were a lot of, like, things being rendered on that planet. A lot of storm effects and everything. But the frame rate looks better now. Okay. Well, I guess I won't worry about it too much then. So I don't think your crewmates usually have anything new to say to you when you go back to the ship after, like, a side mission. Usually it's only after main missions they actually will say something different. Why do I have one of those FPS monitors going the whole time like the pro streamers? I do. The FPS monitor is in OBS. That's how I knew it had gotten better. Otherwise, why would I have been talking about that if I didn't know? Yeah, if you don't know, Mike, OBS has an FPS counter as well, which will tell you what your frame rate is if you ever want to look in there. Now, I don't think we scanned the other planets of this system. Yeah, I'm not sure why we'd include an FPS monitor in the video itself. I think those are probably people who don't know they can actually have it disabled to be in the recording. Because you can have it displayed, like, when I'm recording Danganronpa, I'm able to see the frame rate while I'm recording that, but I'm not recording it in the video itself because I would just be stupid. Like, it would be getting in the way of the immersion. What a horrible idea. Right, I could look for little sparkles, but like I said, this is sometimes easier because you do stumble across something, it'll instantly light up. Did we find... Oh, there we go. It's kind of in the same spot as the other one was. Oh, because this is the one we already found. That's why. Alright, yeah, then that's all there was. Alright, so if I did that... Let me see, where do I want to go to next? I guess I could go back to the Citadel. Do a few more things before I end things. Actually, I do want to check something else real quick. I want to see how my hard drive's doing on space, because it was getting a little low before. So this will just take a second. Hopefully it won't interfere too much with anything. No, okay, we still have room. So we'll do a little bit more. I want to know approximately how much more time we had left. Oh, I have to wait for this again. So I could probably do a few more things before going back to the Citadel. Maybe I'll scan another system. So I'll go somewhere where we don't have a side mission. I'll just go to this one. It's only one little star system? Okay.
Message coming in, Commander. Big surprise. The Alliance needs you again.
Well, what a surprise.
This is Admiral Hackett with Alliance Command. We've got a mission for you. An Alliance officer named Major Kyle has set up a small compound.
Major Kyle?
He's attracted a number of followers, mostly biotics.
What, is this a cult?
He's become an outspoken critic of the Alliance.
Oh, maybe it is.
He's mentally unstable. This could be trouble, Shepard.
I'll look into it.
3 days ago, we sent 2 Alliance representatives to meet with him at his compound.
I'm guessing he's probably in this star system, if I had to guess.
Killed him. That compound is a cult, Shepard. They call him Father Kyle now.
Oh, it is a cult. I totally called it. Maybe it was. I don't know for sure.
Yes. Major Kyle never showed any biotic tendencies himself, though. I think he's just latched onto a group he identifies with. Many biotics feel marginalized or ostracized by society. Kyle
You know what?
sees them as victims who need his protection.
We might want to bring Caden along for this mission, since he has a history of being a biotic, and maybe he can rationalize with them somehow.
We can't let him go on like this.
What were those Alliance representatives going to talk to Major Kyle about?
They wanted to bring him back to an Alliance facility for treatment. Major Kyle served us faithfully for many years. We weren't going to abandon him. Given his state of mind, however, he probably saw them as a threat. We're almost certain he had his followers killed him.
What else can you tell me about Major Kyle?
He used to be a model soldier, but something happened to him at Torfin. Too many Alliance soldiers died.
Yeah, you actually get a lot of missions like this where you travel to different areas and then you have a call from the Admiral and he tells you about a new
He was
mission.
given an honorable discharge in early retirement. We'd hoped he would get better in time, but we underestimated how far gone he was. Now it looks like it's too late.
Well, we're going to attempt to reason with him first. I don't know if it's possible, but if not, we'll do what's necessary.
I might be able to end this without violence.
That may not be possible, Commander. We don't want a bloodbath, but Kyle is dangerous. I'll trust you to use your judgment. Hack it out.
Well, that's good. He gives us the authority to do as we deem fit, so we can try to be peaceful. He doesn't sound too certain about that, though. It might be this place. Yeah, I guess he has to respect me since I'm a Spectre, and technically I can do whatever I want. I don't have to actually answer to the law anymore. Although I'm trying to be like a good guy. I'm trying to respect my human origins and respect my superiors in the Alliance. I know that's not how your Shepard rolls, Michael, obviously. From the things he does. Alright. I don't think there's ever anything between planets like this in this empty space. But I may be wrong. I'm guessing this is where the mission is. On the moon. I didn't hear exactly what they said about the location. If I had to guess, it was here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do this just yet. Something I should probably save for later. When I get like better armor for everyone else as well. And I think I will bring Caden, so I want to like level him up as well a little bit. So he's in a better place to handle it, because he's probably not all skilled out like my other characters are that I've been using. Scan this place too. If I can scan like 1 or 2 more of these systems and then go back to the Citadel for some missions there. Because they should have given us a few new ones. Of course.
Pass it through. I've received some troubling information, Commander. We need your help. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths in the past month.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral. What can you tell me?
All 4 scientists worked on a classified project on Akuz.
Akuz? That sounds familiar.
Years ago, an entire unit was killed by Thresher maws. It was classified as a natural hazard.
I think if you pick one of the other background options, like if you choose to be the lone survivor, that's actually where like your history's supposed to come from. Like you were actually the one survivor from Akuz, if you had picked that background.
You think these scientists had something to do with the attack?
I'm not certain what I think, but it's worth investigating. There was one other scientist on the
How do you judge months in space travel? That's a very good question. If you're in Star Trek, you go by the start dates. But, I don't really know. It's kind of arbitrary. You just have to do it based off of what's, I guess, whatever culture you come from or what society. Like, if you're from Earth, I guess they probably still count Earth time. The Asari, maybe they still count Asari time? Actually, if I had to say, maybe the other, like, civilizations are all standardized to, like, the Citadel? Because that would kind of make sense since they all developed around there. I'm not sure about the Earthlings, though. What the humans do. They might do something different. Oh, so there's no asteroids in this sector. I guess that makes things a little easier. And yeah, usually they can't do anything with the sun or the star. Check out the arms. Oh my god, another one?
Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral
Yes.
Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skillian Verge.
Jeez.
Surveillance
You're gonna
drones
call me
have
every 5
identified
minutes,
Geth
Admiral?
outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us.
Am I the only person in the whole galaxy who can do anything?
Run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got
Seriously, you've been calling me more than the Colonel does in Metal Gear Solid.
Choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now.
Alright, makes sense. Oh, so there's a bunch of places here. Alright, let me check these out really quickly, and hopefully we don't get ambushed in conversation. Alright, I'm not gonna land because I don't want to do the mission that's probably on there. Oh, you have a lot of rain where you live, Michael? Luckily for us, the weather's kind of been letting up a bit the last few days. Which is good because we had a lot of snow like the week before. So it's good that we finally got a break from all that, all the elements. There's probably like one planet in each little star system that you have to go to do that mission. But obviously we're not doing the main missions yet. Yeah, that looks like the landable planet. Some of the Matriarch's writings. And I am skipping like the text for that. I don't think it's ever anything too important. But if it is, you could probably like quickly pause on the one frame it's displayed for and see if it actually is something that you want to read. I don't think so though. That's nothing. I don't think there's anything else here. So we'll do these last two and then we'll head to the Citadel. I'll make good on my promise. That's true, you can always read them when you play it. I'm not gonna do that. Oh, I think I see where the thing is. It's right here. Yeah, it's usually just stuff like that to say you got the League of One medallion, that kind of thing. Is that the one we looked at already? Yeah, it was. Iridium. Yeah, and trust me, this does get you money as well, which will be useful for the planet. Not the planet, but the store on the Citadel. Yeah, the medallions are part of a quest that you get. I think there's another planet we missed. Let's see. This one? But there was nothing on it, of course. Yeah, if you really want to go crazy with the details, you can even read all the descriptions to every planet. Like, look at this. They all have some description. And they tell you about the stats of the planet, what the weather's like, that kind of thing. And yeah, the funny thing about Mass Effect is really the only missions that are necessary to do are like the 3 that you get early on in the game. When they're like, oh, you have to find Dr. Liara Tassoni. Then they say you go to like these 2 other planets. And that's pretty much it for the game. I think you get like 1 quest after that, and then it's pretty much the end game. That's the final planet you can land on. I like how they make references to our standard planets that we know of. They do? I didn't read it. But yeah, maybe some they compare to like Jupiter or Saturn, depending on if it's like a gas planet or not. Oh, okay. I think we checked them all. Yeah, this one I saw before. Alright, time for the Citadel. Let's do this. Time to go back to civilization. I'm just waiting for the Admiral to call me one more time before we land there. That'd be so typical. And there we go. In for our landing. Alright, Presley, you have the bridge. Don't do anything crazy without me here. Actually, I think they do say that too when you leave the ship. Well, let's see, who should I bring with us? Well, we should probably bring Tally and Garrus because they're who I use for decrypting and unlocking electronics and all that stuff. So in case we have to do any of that, but I don't know if we will.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
And you're gonna hear that many times in this playthrough. Or if you ever play Mass Effect for yourself as well. Hey, Rear Admiral. How's it going?
Mihailovic, 5th Fleet.
Make sure to salute him.
Commander Shepard, SSV Normandy.
You don't know who I am, do you, Commander? I command the 63rd.
Well, you just introduced yourself, so yes, I do know who you are.
Slated for my unit after shakedown. Then the Council got their paws, claws, tentacles, whatever. They got them on our ship, and you.
I still serve the Alliance, sir. As a Spectre, I can advance our interests to the Council.
You still know what color your blood is?
Well, this guy seems very skeptical about something.
I don't begrudge the politician's decision to throw you to the Council. It's an opportunity. I do begrudge this over-designed piece of tin, though.
Hey, you just insulted my ship. How dare you, sir?
The Normandy is a fine ship, sir. She's served us well so far.
It's a gimmick, Commander.
This guy's a jerk. What is wrong with him?
This experiment diverted billions from our appropriations bills. For the same price, we could have had a heavy cruiser.
No, Michael, that's your job when you play this game. You can yell at him all you want. Can't wait to see how that conversation goes.
Commander. Normandy is an Alliance warship. I intend to see she's up to snuff.
Alright, go for it.
We'd be honored to show her to you, Admiral.
I'll just bet. Wait here. I won't be long. Commander, I'm not happy.
Really? After how kind we were being to you?
I'm sorry to hear that, sir.
Who designed that CIC? Putting the commander aft of everyone else is inefficient. What if he needs to discuss with the operators toward the bow?
Well, we'll definitely use our blue option because that usually results in more experience for us.
Modified Turian style. They prefer commanders looking over their subordinates rather than in the middle of them. We wanted to see how effectively they can command with that setup.
Reasonable goal, but they should have studied that in a lab rather than on a frontline warship. I had to shake my head at that drive core of yours. 120 billion credits of element 0 to make this thing able to move without giving itself away. You realize we could make drive cores for 12,000 fighters with that money? What good is it to hide for a few hours anyway? Useless.
Have you ever heard of stealth missions, sir?
We
Come
can
on.
loiter in an enemy system and monitor traffic, or drop infiltration teams on enemy worlds. Normandy can be more effective than the Solarian STG.
Maybe. But that's not the job of a proper warship.
Well, it's
We're
not a
supposed
warship.
to find and kill the enemy fleet, not count how many times their garrison goes to the bathroom.
You do not.
And we need to talk
Does this guy
about
not know
your
that
crew,
everything
Commander.
like doesn't have to be a
Krogan?
warship?
Sorry.
Oh, now he's judging my crew.
Turians? What are you thinking, Commander? You can't allow alien nationals free access to Alliance equipment?
But there are allies, sir.
Between Saren
Calm
and
down.
the Geth, we have enough enemies out here. Treating other species with suspicion and distrust won't win hearts and minds.
Yeah, this guy really does have
That
something up
assumes
his
the hearts
ass.
and minds are worth winning. That hasn't been proven yet. You have anything else to say, Commander? Any other justifications for the state of this vessel?
I actually like this option a lot. We need to kick ass. That is a good option. I wish we could choose that.
I think the Normandy is a good ship, sir. Even if you disagree, you have to see that her joint construction and multiracial crew make the Alliance look better.
Your job is to look good, Commander. The Alliance navies is to win wars. I'm not convinced Normandy isn't a waste of taxpayer money, but I am convinced that you believe otherwise, and that you'll use it to its best ability. I'll be submitting a report to the Joint Military Council. It will not be as negative as I'd planned. Good hunting, Commander Shepard. Make us proud.
I guess we kind of changed his mind a little bit. I suppose that's about as well as it could have gone. Yeah, I'm glad he's not on my ship anymore. He's just making fun of the entire thing. How rude. But really, does he not understand what the point of a stealth mission is? It's like, we could add all these warships, but yeah, the point of the ship is for stealth. That's what it's designed to do. You guys want to say anything on this elevator ride? It's going to be really
see what the Normandy can do in a fight.
How so? The Normandy is built for stealth, not combat.
We just had this conversation.
But the stealth drive adds a new tactical level to space combat as we know it. Surprise attacks, undetected flanking maneuvers.
If it comes to a fight, I'd prefer a flotilla ship. It's easier to trust what you've worked on yourself.
I like how Garrett just brought that up when we just had that conversation about how it's not meant for fighting. It's like, we're not just paying any attention to the last conversation we had. I guess not. Oh no. Can we try that again? What? Well, for a reason we can't save here. What about now? Oh, now we can. Quick save failed. It wouldn't let me. You cannot save on elevators, apparently. Well, we have someone here to talk to him.
Shepard? Khalees had been seen in Al Jalani, Westerland News. Would you answer a few questions?
Now you have to
for
deal
our
with the
viewers?
media. Sure.
What do you want to know?
You've been given a unique position to represent our race. People want to get a sense of how you'll do that. Humans have been trying to get the respect of the galactic community for 26 years. With that in mind, what are your feelings on being the first human Spectre?
The Spectres represent the best of every species in the galaxy. To be asked to join
Yeah,
them
so this
is an
reporter is going to try to grill you, and
Some have
eventually
said your
she's
appointment
going to try
is
to
the
get her
Citadel
hands on
throwing
classified
humans a bone.
information, I think.
Have you encountered
So you
any
need to be a little bit
situations
careful
where
about
the
what you say
Citadel asks
sometimes.
you to place its needs before the needs of Earth?
We'll go with the Paragon option. It's not like that.
The Council is concerned with the needs of the whole galactic community. We're part of that community now. Our needs are on their agenda, but we're one of many.
You really do believe that, don't you? You've been given command of an advanced human warship for your missions. Is there anything you'd like to say about it?
Oh. I'm actually not sure if you're supposed to say if the Turians have built it or not, because that might be classified information. I'm not exactly positive. Oh, this is a good question. I'm not sure. What do you think, JP? You're the Mass Effect expert. Hold on. Alright, I'm holding. What's your advice, sir? Because it's weird, because usually you have to do the blue options if you want to get, like, the experience for Paragon. But I know that with this interview with this lady, she tries to get you to say things that you shouldn't say. So I kind of feel like we might want to just say she's a fine ship, like Michael's suggesting. I don't know. What do you think, JP? You told me to hold on. So I'm, gonna wait here until you, say your next reply, just in case. Because it sounded like it was important. You did type it in all caps. Yeah, he's referring to his Mass Effect guide right now. He's looking up on Google. Although I will say, I don't think it really matters all that much. Like, you might just get yelled at by the guy afterwards. I think you can get away with doing the Paragon option for 2 reasons. Alright, so 1. First, you'll need to get the points to save Rex. That is very true. And the second reason being... I like how Shepard's like completely frozen up on camera here, no one's saying anything. It's like, imagine if this interview is live. We're just having this like epic stare down at the camera. That is amazing. Second, the council won't get mad. Udina might. Oh, I see what you're saying. So screw Udina, that's his problem, right? I guess so. Anderson and the council will be cool. Yeah, Anderson won't really mind. He's pretty cool with this either way. Anderson's a cool fellow. So yeah, if it's Udina who gets pissed off, then who really cares anyway? We'll do it.
Actually, the Normandy was co-developed by human and Turian engineers. Its design incorporates many innovations, all of which are classified, I'm afraid.
And actually, I'm not really sure if that fact is
Turians
classified.
Have knowledge of the Normandy that is being kept secret from the Alliance public? Do you think it was appropriate to hand Earth's most advanced warship over to the Citadel?
Yeah, she's kind of jumping on that fact, unfortunately. I wonder if that might have been a mistake. Time to shut you up. Michael, by the way, when you play this, you have to make sure you pick this option. I'm not going to show what it does, but it'll be good.
I wasn't aware it had been handed over to anyone. I'm in command, and last I checked, I'm human. Same goes for my crew.
Human, yes, but you do work for the Citadel now, Commander. One last question, Commander. Rumors back home say you're tracking a rogue Spectre named Saren.
Alright, this
Do you have
we...
any comment on that?
Yeah, this we definitely don't want to comment on. This is, definitely can't confirm nor deny material. Although if it's you, Mike, again, you'll probably want to pick that option. Well, I think you can only do that once, most likely.
I'm afraid I can't comment on whatever my current assignment may or may not be.
Don't worry, we'll find out. The eyes of Earth are on you. Don't let us down. Thank you for your time, Commander Shepard.
Alright, that didn't go too badly. Alright, now I'm trying to think, so... where was that guy that we had to turn that quest in for? I think he's on the Presidium somewhere? Citadel Tower. Yeah, that's where he is. I remember.
No, I'm waiting to speak with one of the Councilor's assistants. Commander, any word on my missing men?
Yeah, I wonder how Michael's gonna handle that part of the game when he gets upset. I'm assuming it's not gonna go very well. Anyway, we do have bad news for this guy as well.
I'm not sure how to tell you this, Admiral. Your men were killed by a Thresher Maw.
A Thresher Maw? That's not... My men wouldn't just stumble into a Thresher nest. Not the entire unit.
But it was a trap.
Somebody lured them there with an Alliance distress beacon. Placed it perfectly so they'd land right beside the Thresher nest.
Damn it. Had a bad feeling about this ever since my team disappeared.
I think everyone claps their hands like that when they get a little upset.
My unit wiped out, and nobody seems to know anything about it.
You think you'd be a bit more
Commander,
pissed if all his men just died like that?
Now I need to do my
Or
part.
did you just stamp his hand like
Families of
that?
those Marines deserve to know why they died.
Oh yeah, it's about Baines.
Captain Anderson said you had information on Baines.
Not as much as I'd like to. One of my crews found him.
I think he's supposed to be the one
frozen stiff on board a
responsible,
derelict
someone
vessel.
said.
The missing recon group? The one I sent you to find? They were scouting the system we found Baines' ship in.
Can we do anything about it?
Anything you need from me?
Not right now, Shepard, but I'll let you know as soon as I find something out.
Alright, yeah, I think he might give you more to do with that quest later. Like, he'll give you an update eventually. Where you'll have to, like, do something else at a different location. If I'm remembering correctly, anyway.
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less get permission to meet the council.
Oh, look who we have here.
Commander Shepard, could I have another word with you? Hello again, Commander. I've got a proposition for you. Since you helped me get information on the crime syndicate, I've gotten a lot more backing from my publishers. I'm investigating traffic controller conditions now, and I wondered if you could help.
I guess so.
That seems like
sounds
a step
slightly
down
less
from
dangerous.
wide-scale corruption.
Actually, in a way, it's more important. This isn't about people getting rich. This is about safety. I've heard rumors that the space traffic controllers are overworked to a dangerous degree. I can't get into the control room, but you could. If you planted a bug inside, I could crack the story.
I think it sounds simple enough, but is that
If you
safe
crack
to
this
do?
story, what's likely to happen?
Ideally, there will be calls to improve working conditions by hiring more controllers and upgrading systems. The council won't pay for improvements voluntarily. This story will provide that pressure.
What will this bug allow you to pick up?
Just audio and video. I'm not trying to tap into the traffic control system if that's what you're worried
I'd
about.
hope not. That could
I just
probably
need to
end
hear
very
and see them
terribly.
in order to correlate their activity with traffic efficiency.
Everyone knows space traffic controllers are overworked. How is this news?
There's a difference between overworked and dangerous.
Yeah, I think she has a different
Traffic at
outfit
the
on than when
Citadel has
she
increased by 300% in the
when we
last
saw her
century,
last time.
but traffic control
That's kind of cool that she
resources
actually
haven't
changed its
kept up.
outfits during the course of the
We
game.
already have several
How often do you see
last-minute
that?
roll-offs per week. Do we have to wait for a full-blown disaster?
This bug you want me to plant, could it interfere with traffic signals?
Absolutely not. I made certain that the frequencies it uses won't interfere with anything.
I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do. Give me the bug.
It's like such a minor detail, but it's surprising that more
Excellent.
games don't
Just
do that.
place it on a terminal with a good view of the area. Thanks again for your help. In the long run, this story is going to save lives.
Alright, sounds good to me. Again, it's additional experience and money, so how could I say no? Did we talk to this guy already?
I really appreciate what you're doing for me. Please
Okay,
let
we
me
did.
know as soon as you find any information on my brother.
And that just goes back to the elevator. I don't think there's anyone else you have to talk to. At least in this section. This guy's so casually sitting down. Of course, he doesn't say anything to us. He has better things to do. Let me see. So the one place that the reporter wants us to plant the bug, that's in CSEC, I believe? So I guess we could do that now. Because that should be pretty quick. Yeah, it's up the stairway. And I'm also sure there's more quests that unlocked as well, but I can't remember each and every one of them, unfortunately. Just have to keep going around, see what I can get. I do think there's something else you get. I don't know if it opened up already, but with that like kind of adoring fan guy, who acts a lot like the guy from Oblivion. I don't know where we plant this thing. Ah, the frame rate's locking up every now and then. Don't pay any attention to me. I'm not planting any bugs. Oh, here we go. This is a weird location. I thought it had to be by like a computer or something, but we just put it in like the middle of nothing. well, whatever.
When I first arrived on the Citadel, I spent nearly 3 hours being questioned by the officers here before they would let me enter the wards.
Oh, that's right. In this game, Quarians usually have a reputation of being a bit more like, like thieves for whatever reason. So a lot of times they end up getting harassed by security. I remember that happens in the second game at one point, like you have to save a Quarian who's being interrogated unfairly. So it's not too surprising to hear that she had an issue with that as well. So I guess we could just go right back to her and get whatever the reward will be.
I'm already getting readings. This is gonna
That was
make a
quick.
great story. Thank you so much for your help. Here, this is everything I've got from my publisher's budget.
It was no problem. Good luck with your story. It deserves to be heard.
I appreciate your support. I hope this will save some lives in the long run. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna show this to my publisher.
Yeah, that was such a simple thing to do for a decent amount of money as well.
Not too many people have free access to the tower. Even less get permission to meet the council.
Should probably just like look around the Presidium a little bit, see if we could find anyone that may have a mission for us. We'll start with the embassies. Maybe we have to talk to Anderson. He might have something new for us. I don't really remember. Who's this guy? Just a pedestrian? Okay. He looked suspicious. Also, there may be something new at the bar. I think one of the transmissions had someone that wanted to meet with us here. I don't remember who it was. And I think they may have been at one of the bars, and there's like 3. Oh. Are we interrupting something? Here, I'm gonna save. Hopefully no one's pissed at me.
I heard what happened under the Artemis Tau cluster. The Council wasn't too happy about the destruction of those Prothean ruins.
Well, there's a fucking surprise.
This isn't a game, Ambassador. Shepard's out there trying to stop Saren from destroying the galaxy.
I know. Just try to be a little more careful. The Council's watching you, and we all get judged on how you behave.
Well, I'm the one with my life on the line here, buddy. Sorry I had to deal with a little bit of yelling from the Council.
Yes, Commander?
What's going on with
How are
you?
you holding up?
Honestly.
Oh, this is... Okay.
This, but
It's
you're
the same
one
thing he
who
says when you
stops
first talk to him after
I
he
believe in
gets
you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside,
demoted or whatever they call
so
it.
be it.
I guess technically he didn't really change his rank, but they basically just removed him from command. So there's nothing new.
Yes,
Wait,
Commander?
what if I investigate? We can talk about Kahuku.
Where can I find Admiral Kahoku?
Last I
Kahoku,
heard,
whatever.
he was up in the tower trying to get the...
Oh, we already,
Is there
we already
anything
did
else,
that.
Commander?
Okay. Never
should
mind.
go.
He has nothing.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Nothing at all. These guys are still chilling here.
The EarthClan Spectre has returned to speak with me.
What a dick.
You seem to have a bit of a chip on your shoulder, Din.
You humans are new to the Citadel, and yet the Council has granted you great favor.
Yeah, you already heard all this.
Chastising.
Details.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Yes. Good day, EarthClan.
What about you?
Surprised welcome. You have returned, human. Genuine inquiry.
Probably
What may I do for you this
he's
day?
probably surprised because we have nothing else to really do with him. Yeah, there's nothing else for the rest of the game.
Goodbye, Ambassador.
Sincere farewell. Good day to you, human. Enjoy your time on the Citadel.
Alright, but I'm pretty sure at least...
My first CSEC posting
Whoop.
was here on the Presidium. Mostly for show, not much crime up here.
At least the bar has something, I'm pretty sure. And I'm relatively sure it is the one in this embassy area. This is like the much more relaxed bar anyway. All the other ones are basically like clubs. You don't have anything new, do you?
So they finally did it. I knew one of your kind would make Spectre one day. I only hope you're better than the one they're sending you after.
I'll do everything I can to stop Saren.
That's what worries me. Was there something you wanted?
That's right, because he's nervous about the
I'll be
Spectres
going
having too much power.
Goodbye.
Which makes sense, considering what's already happened.
This place seems strange. I wish there were more humans around.
I thought there was someone here. Is it you?
Commander Shepard, I am Nasana Dantius. I see you got my message.
It sounded like you needed some help.
I do. My sister Dahlia is a crewman on the cargo vessel operating out beyond the fringes of the Traverse. Her ship was attacked by privateers. There were no reported survivors.
I'm sorry for your loss.
This is where it gets complicated. Last week, I received a message with her voice on it. Dahlia is alive. The rest of the crew was killed, but she was taken prisoner. The slavers demanded a huge ransom from me in exchange for returning her unharmed.
Why didn't the raiders kill Dahlia along with everyone else?
My sister probably told them who she was. My family's very wealthy, Shepard. They must have realized she was worth more to them alive.
Yeah, I don't know what to advise her to do. Like, this could also be like a scam for all we know. Like, it could either be her sister, like, sent this message to try to get, like, money from her, because maybe her sister is, like, short of funds. Or maybe, like, some other group sent her this message saying that, oh yeah, we have your sister held captive, but she may not even be alive, or maybe they don't even have her, maybe she's fine somewhere else. So I'll just pick this middle option. I'm not sure what she wants from me.
Do you want me to deliver the ransom?
I've already transferred the funds to the account they specified. Only they never released her. They haven't contacted me since. I've made a terrible mistake, Shepard. I'm a diplomatic emissary. By law, I'm required to report any attempted extortion to CSEC immediately. But I was afraid for Dahlia, so I just paid the ransom. Now she's still missing. And if anyone finds out what I did, I could end up in jail.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I feel like what may have happened here is the sister was actually in on it. She, like, faked this kidnapping, and then she just, like, got money from her.
You want me to find her and bring her back?
You only need to bring her back. I've already found her for you. I tracked the ransom payment through several accounts. Eventually, it led to a small mercenary band operating out of the Artemis Tau cluster. I need you to go to the Merc base, take them out, and bring my sister back. You shall be well rewarded.
That's funny. We were just at the Artemis Tau.
Anything you can tell me about the mercs who have your sister?
Pretty much what you'd expect. Rough, dangerous, and well-armed. Nothing a Spectre cannot handle, though.
So it's one of those planets there.
Can't you hire someone else to do this?
I do not want to take chances with my sister's life. I need a Spectre. Besides, you operate outside official channels. My superiors cannot find out I never reported the ransom in the first place.
How'd you find out who was behind the ransom?
I have resources. Contacts and credits can go a long way, especially if you're willing to bend the rules. I already broke the law when I paid the ransom. This couldn't make things any worse.
Alright, we'll do this, but I don't do this for a payment.
Keep your reward. I'll bring your sister back. I promise.
Thank you, Shepard. I knew you were the right man for the job. Come back and see me when the
Shepard
job
is just too kind. Alright, so I guess we can go back there eventually.
Hello, Commander. Can I get you something?
What have you got?
Information, mostly. Would you like to know about some points of interest nearby?
Nope.
Goodbye.
That should be good.
So
We already
long,
explored
Commander.
here before.
Have a pleasant day.
Alright, yeah, so I guess we'll be going back to the Artemis Tau at some point. I wonder which, star it is that we have to go to. I think I did remember seeing a planet we could land on, and we didn't go there because I'm like, I don't want to do these side quests just yet. But, yeah, we'll have to go there eventually one day. Alright, let's just check the Presidium real quick, see if anyone else has spawned here that we need to talk to. Probably not, but I'm just being thorough. Actually, what I could do, if I'm being smart about this, see the assignments we have. The fan. Yeah, where is he? I think he's here somewhere. Just not sure where exactly. Actually, he's probably on the wards, if I had to be honest. So I think that's where he found him the first time. He's by, like, the weapon shop? Or one of the marketplaces, anyway. We could visit the shops over here first, because there are a few, I think. Oh, this one's named.
Who are you to tell me what my husband would want?
I'm the only person making sense right now. You're endangering your baby.
This baby is the only thing I have left of Jake.
Jake? Who is Jake?
I don't care what you think, Michael. It's my decision.
I know you're hurting, Rebecca, but don't let your grief hurt your baby too.
Can I help you with anything?
Perhaps you can talk some sense into her.
I don't need anyone to talk sense into me, Michael. I'm not undergoing the treatments.
My sister-in-law here is pregnant, and she's refused to let the baby undergo gene therapy in utero.
I'm certain that she has a good reason. I'd like to hear both sides.
My husband Jacob died from a rare heart condition several months ago.
There's a chance that the baby could develop the same heart condition, but routine gene therapy can eliminate it.
A very small chance, Michael. And extranet reports say the therapy could harm the child.
Ah,
it's
interesting.
Less dangerous than the genetic
So this is a
enhancements
controversial.
that every soldier in the Alliance
Whoa.
receives.
So much anger from this guy. So this is a controversial topic in the Mass Effect world.
What are the chances that your child will develop the heart condition?
According to the doctors, there's a 1 in 50 chance. And if my baby develops the condition, medical treatments are available.
Which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
What are the chances that gene therapy could hurt the baby?
1 in 300 at most.
But extranet articles say there could still be long-term complications we don't know about. Don't you understand? If my baby is that 1 in 300, I will always wonder if I killed my baby for nothing.
So this is kind of like how they're trying to make the parallels to, I guess, people that are like anti-vaccinations and all that. Interesting. So what do we do here, though? I mean, on one hand, it is her decision to make because it's about her baby. Although, really, she should probably get the treatment for the baby. It would be the best thing. She's just being overly emotional because I guess she lost her husband. And she feels like the child is the last link to her dead husband, and something about like the memory of her husband being tainted by having the therapy. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Because I would encourage her to get the treatment, but on the one hand, the other guy's being such a dick about it, it's hard to, like, gang up on her about that as well, because he's like, dude, you have to, like, back off a little bit. You're being too aggressive. Oh, I don't know, man. Is there anything else we could ask about? I guess we'll let her choose. I mean, we shouldn't get involved in her life. We're a stranger. That's what I'll say for now.
It's Rebecca's child, Michael. I think you should honor her decision.
Damn it, she's not choosing. She's acting blindly out of grief.
I kind of agree with him. I think she is acting blindly out of grief, if I had to be honest. This is the same thing, right? Yeah, it is.
According to the doctors,
which are nowhere near as effective as simply getting the gene therapy.
So it seems like there's a secondary choice. What happens if we say this?
For what it's worth, I think you should consider undergoing the therapy.
I don't care what you think. Who are you anyway? It's my child. It's my decision.
This is a tough one. I think I'm going to encourage her to get it. I mean, this is just our opinion on it. It is ultimately her end choice to make, although this is probably going to convince her to get it. But I'm going to say it.
Wouldn't your husband have wanted to give the baby a better chance than he had?
But what if it ends up killing a child who would never have developed the condition? What then?
Then you'll know you did all you could to keep your baby safe. That's all you can do.
Don't you understand? I can't lose this baby. This is all I have left of him.
And you and that baby are all I have left of Jacob. I can't lose you. Either of you. Not after this.
Then why didn't you just say that instead of yelling at me?
I was scared. I'm sorry.
If it means that much to you, if you trust that it's the right thing, I'll do the therapy. Thank you so much. I guess we needed an outside person to talk some sense into both of us.
Huh, interesting. But yeah, a controversial decision nonetheless. I don't know. What influence will that have? Hopefully the baby will be fine, but we don't really know for sure, do we? Anyway, I think that's probably a good place to end this one. We've been streaming for about 2 hours, and it is getting pretty late over here. So, with that controversial decision, we'll end the stream. So, thanks to everyone who stopped by, watched the gameplay, and stuck around. Hopefully, you thought some of these decisions were interesting, and of course Michael is playing the game as well, so I'm sure he'll make like the opposite decisions. And we can see what kind of influence that may have. I think we'll probably see that character again in Mass Effect 2, so maybe we'll see how that decision plays out and how things worked out for the baby. Anyway guys, have a good night, and take care.